Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Rama, and in today's video we'll be talking about one of the most underrated and honestly one of the best Imani Tech vehicles in Grand Theft Auto Online, and that is this, the Maibatsu Monstrosity. It looks just kind of like a rinky-dinky off-roader, but trust me, when this vehicle is finished with its upgrades and you actually get to drive it on the streets, it's kind of insane, and it's definitely worth the money. So if you enjoy content like this, make sure to click that subscribe button down below, especially if you learn a thing or two. A lot of really content creators don't talk about this vehicle, and I think it's because they don't actually understand just how good it is. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to start off with the upgrades. This off-roader features an HSW upgrade. It costs about $1 million, which is fairly expensive, but the car itself isn't super expensive, so it kind of evens out. But yeah, it's $1 million for the HSW upgrade, which increases your top speed from around 120 to 138 miles per hour, making this one of the fastest off-road vehicles in the game, especially when you realize how good its handling is, and it's honestly really good at off-roading, which sometimes is a bit of a shocker for the off-road category. So we're going to upgrade this vehicle. We've got the HSW upgrades. Then we obviously got some cosmetics. I'm just going to go with the heavy-duty bull bar because I think that looks pretty sweet. Put on the HSW tune. We got some exhaust options. We can either do rear exhausts or side exhaust. You know what? Let's do a rear exhaust, and we'll do big bore. We got some hood options. We can do an HSW for performance hood, rally lights. We've got the vented hood, carbon wind. We actually got a lot of hood options, as you can see. I even like the stock hood a lot, to be honest. I do really like the rally lights. I just wish it wasn't only carbon, and same for the performance deflector. It's cool. But is there no performance deflector? No, I guess, alright. We're going to go with the performance deflector, even though it has carbon, which I don't think is going to match the colors we do perfectly. I think it'll still look fine. Now, we can actually change the interior, which is really cool, as you can see. So we can go from stock interior to the Rally Survival Kit, which is pretty dang epic. We're definitely going to be doing that. We've got headlights, which you can only do in the Vinewood Car Club Garage, but still very nice to be able to do. We can do neon kits, which I don't really care about. Now we got livery options. I always recommend to paint your vehicles black, and the reason why is because liveries are much easier to see on vehicles that you do paint black. So trying to do a livery color that kind of matches, might do the blue. Ooh, you know what? I think that's pretty good as well. I want to try and do something that matches the carbon hood that we have on it, and we're going to go with the Atomic Rally spec. I think that's pretty good. It doesn't mess with any of the front hood, so I think that's pretty fine. And honestly, we're going to leave the car black. I think that looks really, really nice, so I got no problems there. Let's change that. We got mud guards. Can we do red mud guards? Ooh, that looks sweet. Now, respray, I want to try and do a classic paint job, and is there like a darker black I can do? I can do carbon black. I can do a bit brighter, actually. You know what? I think that matches the carbon as much as I can, so I think that's fine. We also got secondary colors that we can do, as you can see. And you know what? I might actually change the secondary color. Red might look pretty sick. You know what? Yeah, I like that. We got red and blue and black. That looks pretty dang epic. So we'll leave it like that. We can change the roof design on this vehicle. As you can see, we got a big old roof scoop, which I love. And then we can also do a roof rack with the little like lip on the front. Okay. We got a skid plate. This isn't that important, but it's nice if you want to go off-roading, so we'll put it on. We can do a snorkel or no snorkel. We're going to go with the snorkel alternative. We got the spare wheel, which we can completely delete, or we can leave the spare wheel on. And we're just going to do the stock spare wheel. I think that looks the best. We're going to leave the suspension high because it allows me a better off-roading capabilities. HSW Stage 3 Turbo. We're going to go with chrome rims. That looks pretty dang sweet. There you go. Bulletproof tires. And then we'll pair all of that with limo windows. Now, here's the really cool part about the Monstrosity. See how this car has windows all around it? Well, we have a Windows panel option. And as you can see with the window panel option, I can actually put metal panels on the rear and sides of this vehicle, which is obviously really, really nice because now the entire back and side windows are bulletproof. And I should mention that this vehicle comes stock with semi-bulletproof glass, and we can show that right here. So these windows are semi-bulletproof. It's going to take around 20 plus rounds to cut through the front glass, which is pretty dang nice, and it makes this vehicle really durable. But as you can see, this completely bulletproof. Same for the back. All of this is completely bulletproof. So it actually makes this one of the most bullet-resistant Imani Tech vehicles in the game. Alright, now we are inside of our agency, and we are going to be putting on the Imani Tech upgrades. We have a missile lock-on jammer, which is super important and will give you massive amounts of durability increase, and I think that might be it. Yeah, we can't do proximity mines or anything, so all we get is the missile lock-on jammer, but trust me, that's all you need. Here's the thing that's actually crazy about this vehicle that I don't think most content creators know. The monstrosity can survive 2 homing missiles. The third one blows it up. Yes, that is true. Now, it cannot survive any sticky bombs or RPGs, but let's be honest, the chance of you getting hit by a sticky bomb or an RPG while you're driving at 140 miles an hour is pretty dang slim. Really, what you're most likely going to be killed by is a homing missile. But because you have a missile lock-on jammer and you can survive multiple explosions, well, you don't really have to worry all too much about being destroyed, especially when you pair that with the bulletproof capabilities this vehicle has. It makes it great for missions, it makes it great for public lobbies, and it's really just the simple reason why I consider this to be one of the best Imani Tech vehicles in the game. A good way to showcase this vehicle's overall handling and capabilities are by putting it on the test track. This is where I like to test all of my vehicles, and I think the monstrosity might actually surprise you on how well it handles and how well it's able to just deal with what's thrown at it. It's an off-road vehicle, as I did mention, and because of that, you might think, oh, well, it's only going to be good at, off-roading. But that's definitely not the case. I mean, you can see the 140-ish top speed we have already, getting us very quickly through the start of this. And with the pretty decent cornering capabilities it has, you can see we easily get right onto the grass. Take a little bit of a shortcut on the grass there, slow down so we can make it past that pole, and directly into the straightaway we go. Because this vehicle has really good suspension, you don't have to worry about it bottoming out or anything like that when going through the jumps. Now we just have to make it up of Vinewood Hills. There you go. Hug on the corner, nice, nice, nice. Obviously, having really good acceleration and a super small wheelbase allows this vehicle to make its way through these corners very quickly. So that was great. Honestly, I even went a little bit light through those corners because I was worried I might flip the vehicle because I haven't lowered the suspension, but yeah, it did completely fine. We are now on the downhill section with a minute on the clock. I know you guys can't see the time, unfortunately, because my big old fat forehead's blocking it. But yeah, it's doing pretty good. I took that corner a little bit too wide. This vehicle's interesting with its very, very short wheelbase. It's actually quite good at drifting, which is not something you'd expect, but it is. As you can see here, like, I can drift it through these corners, no problems whatsoever. And if I don't want to drift, I just don't put on the brakes at all. You can just let it coast through the corner like this, and then you have no troubles when rolling through these corners. So you can kind of do a mix of both, but I don't know. I find it fun to drift. It definitely eats into your lap time, but it's a great way to showcase that this car can kind of do it all. It's surprisingly good on handling, it's fun to drift, and it doesn't really have any downsides. We're at 1:50 seconds on the clock now, and we are at the straightaway. Now, with pretty good supercars like the Turismo Imaggio, which has some of the best lap times in the game, with vehicles like the Krieger and, anything like that, the Emirates, I'm able to go to around a 2-minute 30-second-ish lap time. So this vehicle is at 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and we are nearing the end. So the fact that we are keeping up with supercars shows that it's pretty good, right? You've got the acceleration, you've got the speed over them, and you can see that even if we hit that corner there, normally I die, but because this is an off-road car, I can hit that bump, and I don't even have to worry about my suspension screwing me over, flipping me over, anything like that. And done. 2 minutes, 38 seconds. That's a pretty impressive lap time for an off-road vehicle, let alone one as fun to mess around with as the monstrosity. So yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is indeed the Dewbauchee monstrosity. It is one of the best Imani Tech vehicles in the game. It can survive explosions. It has bulletproof protection to a certain extent. The back and the sides are completely bulletproof, and it's ridiculously fast. Plus, it's one of the best off-road vehicles in the game, which makes it great for driving on dirt and just messing around in general wherever you go. It does a lot more than your average sports and supercar can, and the fact that you can use it in missions is just the cherry on top. So if you're looking for a really, really fun Imani Tech vehicle that is really underrated, so if you enjoyed today's video, hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.